The team at Technology for Hotels knows how busy you are, so we've created this concise briefing to keep you up to date on key happenings in the hotel industry. Let's dive in.
Absolutely. There's quite a bit happening across the board.
Yes, so this week we're really digging into the essentials you need to know. Things like new openings, developments, acquisitions, investments.
Industry trends, people moving around, and of course, tech news.
Exactly. We've tried to filter it down, bring you the stuff that really matters for making decisions.
Yeah, it's a fast-moving scene. Understanding these shifts gives you that crucial snapshot, right? Shows where things are heading, where the opportunities might be.
Okay, let's kick off with new properties. Down in South Australia, the George Glenelg has opened. It's a 60-room boutique place.
Right. That's the Taplin Group with 1834 hotels managing.
What catches my eye there is the mix of family with deep roots in the area, partnering with the management group. What's the potential impact of that kind of setup?
Well, that combination, it often creates something unique for guests. You get that local insight feeding into the design, the service, something that really resonates.
Makes it feel authentic.
Exactly. And then the professional management side handles the operations, the marketing reach. It's a model that seems to be working well, especially as people look for those, genuine local stays.
Then shifting to Melbourne, Ennismore is bringing the Hyde brand, Hyde Melbourne Place, launching May next year.
Yeah, that's a big one. Taking over the old Melbourne Place site.
And it sounds like more than just a rebrand. They're talking bold, music-led design, really trying to capture Melbourne's artistic vibe. What does a brand like Hyde entering the market signal?
It definitely reflects that growing demand for experiential travel, where the hotel itself is a key part of the trip, not just a place to sleep.
Right.
Hyde's focus on sensory stuff, cultural events, it taps into that desire for something more. And it shows big international confidence in Melbourne's tourism scene. Plus, they've got others coming, right?
Yeah, Mondrian Gold Coast, 25 hours in Sydney.
So they're clearly investing heavily in the region.
Okay, over in New Zealand, there is Edit Hotels and Resorts launching. 4 properties rebranded, aimed at the value-conscious traveler.
Right, focusing on style, but keeping it fuss-free. Modern essentials.
So reliable Wi-Fi, comfy beds, that sort of thing. Digital first, too, with compendiums online, Chromecast. What's the strategy behind targeting that segment right now?
Well, in a crowded market, hitting that value spot, but with a focus on quality and convenience, that's pretty smart.
Makes sense.
Their digital approach probably helps keep costs down, which helps the value proposition, but they're still delivering a comfortable, connected experience. And that community support angle, partnering with schools, adds a nice touch to the brand image.
Let's move on to acquisitions and investments. Trilogy Hotels, taking over operations for 2 Accor properties in New South Wales.
Peppers the Hills Lodge and Mercure Newcastle Airport, effective May 1st.
But interestingly, they're keeping the Accor branding. What's the thinking there? Why not launch their own brand?
It's often about de-risking, really. You get immediate access to Accor's massive distribution system, their loyalty program.
Instant reach.
Exactly. Trilogy can leverage that existing brand power and the operational framework while bringing their own management style. And that Newcastle Airport Hotel with the big terminal upgrade happening.
Yeah, he too $250 million for an international terminal.
That one looks really well positioned for growth.
Good point. Now, EVT has nabbed the management contract for a new venue at Wellington Airport. They already run the bridges there.
And some F&B, yeah. This new place sounds quite large. 300 seats, 2 levels.
Casual dining, cafe, burger bar, catering from 4 a.m. Why expand within the airport like this? What's the strategic win?
Airports offer that, captive audience, people with specific needs, early flights, layovers.
True.
Expanding their food and beverage lets EVT cater to more of those travelers, capture more spend right there in the hub. And knowing the airport environment already is a huge plus.
Makes sense. Elsewhere, Accor's inked a major deal with Bayview International. 3 properties, Sydney, WA, and New Zealand.
The Sydney Boulevard, Bayview Geograph Resort, and Wairākei Resort Topo. Big ones.
They'll stay under their current names during refurbs, but eventually become Accor brands. What does this signal about Accor's specific strategy?
It's a clear sign they want to seriously ramp up their presence here. Partnering with existing hotels, then rebranding, is a faster way to grow.
Right, faster than building new.
And it brings these established properties into their global network, gives their loyalty members more choices, and hopefully lifts the guest experience across the board.
Meanwhile, Brisbane's the Carlisle Hotel, has joined Virtuoso. That's the big global luxury travel network.
Yeah, 20,000 plus elite advisors worldwide. That's significant reach.
Seems like a natural fit for a design-focused, high-end hotel like the Carlyle. What are the real benefits of joining something like Virtuoso?
It gives them direct access to a very specific, high-spending global clientele via those travel advisors.
So more targeted bookings.
Potentially, yes. And likely higher average daily rates. Plus, it boosts their prestige in that luxury market. That exclusive package they launch, breakfast, transfers, upgrades, that's a smart way to immediately attract those Virtuoso bookings.
And Wyndham's bringing its first Ramada Encore to Adelaide. 94 rooms on South Terrace.
Targeting business and leisure with modern, tech-forward features.
What's this move tell us about Wyndham's view on the South Australian market?
It definitely signals confidence in Adelaide's growth, both for tourism and business. Ramada Encore hits that broad market needing modern convenience. And the location near the CBD and convention center suggests they see strong demand right there.
Okay, let's shift gears to broader industry trends. The AHICE Asia Pacific Conference just wrapped up in Adelaide. Huge turnout, over 1,600 leaders.
Yeah, a major event. Design and Symposium, Future Leaders Forum, then the main conference. Lots of big names speaking.
What's the real value for you for the industry in these big gatherings?
Oh, they're vital. For networking, obviously, but also for sharing insights, getting a feel for emerging trends, understanding the economic pressures.
Seeing the bigger picture.
Exactly. The range of topics at AICE, capital markets, franchising, regional tourism, white label growth, it gives everyone a really comprehensive look at what's happening.
On the awards front, Accor really cleaned up at the Skytrax World Airport Awards for our region.
Dominated, really. 4 of the top 6 best airport hotels. Pullman Brisbane Airport taking the top spot again.
4th time in 5 years, wow. Plus Pullman Auckland, Sydney, Novotel Brisbane, their airport portfolio growth is impressive too. Why is this airport niche so important?
Well, airport hotels are crucial cogs in the travel machine, aren't they? Serving transit passengers, early flyers, people caught by delays.
Yeah, very specific needs.
Accor's success shows they really understand those needs and can deliver reliable, comfortable stays in what can be quite stressful environments. They're building more, too, like Pullman Perth Airport.
Right, and TRENZ 2025 is underway in Rotorua, New Zealand's big international tourism event.
Yep, connecting about 340 international travel buyers with Kiwi tourism operators, accommodation, transport, experiences.
What's the strategic importance of an event like TRNZ for NZ tourism?
It's fundamental, really. It's the main stage for operators to secure international business. Bringing all those qualified buyers together facilitates deals, turns that pure New Zealand reputation into actual bookings.
And dollars for local communities.
Precisely. Big economic injection expected for Rotorua itself, too.
And speaking of what guests like, Tripadvisor's Traveler's Choice Awards named Quest Orange the #1 hotel in Australia.
Based purely on guest reviews, which is significant. And Quest apartment hotels did really well overall, 7 in the top 25.
Quest South Perth Foreshore, Quest Perth Ascot also high up. What does this tell us about what guests are valuing right now?
Well, being based on reviews, it underlines how crucial consistent positive guest experiences are. Quest's strong showing, especially with apartment hotels,
Yeah, that model seems popular.
suggests people really value good locations, cleanliness, solid service, plus the flexibility and amenities you get with apartment-style stays. It's also a great nod to regional tourism strength, with Quest Orange taking top spot.
Okay, let's briefly touch on stars in motion. We see a lot of names moving around: Matt Curran to Harrigan's Hunter Valley, Luke Tuckwell at Hotel Indigo Adelaide, Anthony Brown pre-opening Ocean Dunes on King Island. Lots more.
Emily Fitzner at Ibis Adelaide, Stacey Plain at the Langham Gold Coast, Sudhir Yadav heading Crown Plaza Fiji, Emma Todd at Quest, David Hayes at IHG Engineering.
Chris Greening at Solotel, Asanwani at W Hotels, and Capstone Hotel Management has a whole raft of new hires.
Matt Nicholas, Catherine Wilson, Akshay Bangari, Chiki Sason.
Individually, they're just moves, but collectively, what does all this activity signal about the industry?
It just shows how dynamic things are. Talent is always in demand, always developing. People are moving, growing their careers, bringing expertise to new roles and brands. It reflects an industry that's constantly evolving.
Okay, finally, tech news. Muse Unfold event highlighted AI's potential in hotels. Big focus on needing clean data and good internal training.
Yeah, insights from Muse, Revenate, Choice, and Ismore. The message seemed clear. AI holds promise for personalization for operations, but it's not plug and play. You need a strategy. You absolutely need clean, centralized data, and you need to invest in training your teams, getting buy-in, maybe finding tech champions internally.
Though thoughtful integration is key.
Definitely. It has to make things easier and better, not just add another layer of complexity.
And related to that, a HSMAI Foundation report talked about the move from generative AI to agentic AI. What's the difference, and why does it matter?
So generative AI is what many are using now, creating content, maybe drafting guest responses. Agentic AI is more autonomous. It can potentially identify opportunities, make decisions, and even execute actions itself.
Yeah, but for example,
Think AI initiating sales outreach based on identified leads, or automatically adjusting marketing spend based on real-time results, or making dynamic pricing changes without direct human input every time.
okay, that sounds like a potentially significant leap.
It could be. The report suggests early adopters of agentic AI might gain a serious competitive edge. It could really reshape how hotels operate in sales, marketing, revenue management, and ultimately, how they interact with guests.
Food for thought there. Definitely something to watch.
For sure.
That wraps up this week's 5-Star Weekly Briefing.
Thanks for tuning in and staying informed with us.
And don't forget to check out our 5-Star Conversations podcast. Brendan Granger from Technology for Hotels talks with some really influential industry leaders. Great insights on the future of hospitality.
Yeah, definitely a must listen if you're focused on elevating that guest experience and driving innovation.
Until next time, stay well and stay ahead. See you next week.